Hello and welcome to Lord Fenton Gaming Plays Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition 1. I'm your host Lord Fenton. In this first walkthrough of Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, we're going to go through the character creation and starting out. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so be updated more. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you the history of this game. I played the original version, Divinity Original Sin, on Steam. Yeah, that was a whole different game with a whole different set of achievements. I have actually one of them in there that's a bit obsolete on this site. Second of all, I played actually the Enhanced Edition on the PlayStation 4. I even went through Armor Mode. Yeah, I'm not going to do it for this playthrough, but still, Armor Mode is really difficult. Other than that, it was a very fun game. So let's go ahead and start now. I'm going to briefly talk about the difficulty. Explorer mode, that's like story mode, makes it real easy. That's for beginners. Classic mode is like the middle of the road. Tactician, that's like hard mode with some extra abilities foes have. Armor mode is like Tactician, however, if both of your source hunters die, game over. And I decided to pick classic mode, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and start building our character up. Now, I am going to do a different setup. Years ago, I actually was a ranged person, and of course, dual wielding grenader. I'm still doing the dual wielding grenader, but this time instead of range, I'm just trying out two-handed sword. Yeah, I got a sheet of paper on that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the two-handed fighter, and let me go ahead and switch the gender. Oh, don't worry, there will be a female definitely. So I'm going to go ahead and swap that. This guy's going to be a warrior. That's right. He's using a two-handed sword, carrying heavy equipment, high strength. Yeah, really easy, really obvious. I'll definitely point out the stats. And let's go ahead and just check out the color. Oh, wow, that's some nice options. I forgot this game has some wonderful editing options. Well, Divinity Original Sin 2 definitely has some great options, too. They also had races. Yeah, that was really cool. This game, one human. That's it. Yeah, that's right. That's only one race. Thanks to success of this game, Divinity Original Sin 2 had more options. So I'm picking the head. Okay. Oh, the hair is pretty funny though, I will admit. Oh wow, that guy had an afro. That was cool. Dreads. And okay, let me change the color there. That's perfect. Let's keep on going. I'm just trying to look for the right hair. And I think that's almost it. I'm gonna have to change my mind. And once I'm done messing with the what do you call it? Customization of character, I'll start immediately, go ahead and go over the attributes, and yeah, that looks fine. A little bit rugged, that's alright. And yeah, there's underwear in this game, so if you remove all your armor, yeah, you get to see your underwear. So let's just briefly show that, and then now we're gonna go ahead and pick these skills. This one's a bit of a funky setup I have. Let me go ahead and explain the points I'm going to put into. Obviously, I will put a point in Scoundrel, Geomancer, Man-at-Arms, Leadership, and of course the Arrow one. That's like air magic. Reason why I'm putting Leadership, for at least starting out at 1 point, is really simple. That's going to be our frontline buffer too. In other words, has a nice aurora. People get bonuses as long as you're near the leader, which is a good thing. Man-at-Arms and Scoundrel, that's obviously from some other skills I'll get down the line. Of course, talents too. And I decided to do Geo because I'm going to definitely use 3 of the what we call Earth Magic. They're pretty powerful when starting out. This guy's also not only going to be a buffer, two-handed sword user, eventually down the line, also gets to do some nice things. Like for example, I get to toss like oil. Now when you toss oil on the ground, you have your partner who's fire. Yeah, the surface blows up, gets heated up, fire damage, really good stuff. Now, as for the attributes, I am go ahead and focus on 2 strength, 1 constitution, 1 speed. So strength will be my main one until I hit the cap. Afterwards, it's constitution and speed. I'll split between the 2 on that. So yeah, he'll be strong, powerful, frontline, hits like a maniac, and real good. And Midnight Oil is a very good spell. Drops oil down on the surface so you can put it on fire. Boulder Bash does damage, then drops oil on the surface. That's a nice bonus. And the other one I decided to do was Summon Spider for one huge reason. Yeah, that's right, pets. Pets will help you out greatly at the start of the game, at least until you get out of the city. And then once you get out of the city, then you have to improvise. And that's about it. I forgot to actually do the talents. but I will return on this character. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and let me go ahead and select that. Yeah, for now I'm just looking for a weapon, and I will eventually edit the stats. So let me go ahead and get my sheet of paper and tell you all what's next on this character. This setup I wrote down is actually dual wielding Grenader. I actually used this in the past when I was playing the Enhanced Edition on the PlayStation 4. Pretty good setup when it gets towards the end game. Starting out is pretty decent. Middle, you're going to suffer a little bit until you do a shift into water, and then yeah, you get more powerful. Then yeah, you also get some points in the air too. So let me set that up. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and change this person from a male to a female. Yeah, we're going to change the portraits too. Yeah, we'll keep her ginger. And let's go ahead and change the hair color. Perfect. It's actually perfect hair. I'm going to go ahead and do a wizard voice because down the line I will be casting spells. Technically, she's a wizard / warrior. There's no mix in that. And we'll definitely keep that. We'll definitely keep the head too. That's a nice head. And I think that's perfect. And once I'm done with everything else, I am going to go ahead and show the underwear. This is just real quick. So we'll go through that. There, that's perfect. We'll just hit the armor, put some clothes back on her. There you go. And yeah, just like before, you take off all your armor. That's what you're going to be wearing, is your undies. So let me go ahead and get rid of that. Again, I wrote the list down. I did Man-at-Arms and Scoundrel for throwing reasons. And then I'd start out with water, fire, and air. At least leave 1 point into those. Now, fire, I'm not going to get far. I'm just going to put 1 point. That's going to be a nice start out. This way it has nice synergy with my other character. Yeah. On the other spells, too, once I get them down the line, I'll definitely get... She's going to get mainly all touch spells. She's going to be in charge of throwing grenades. So, yeah. She'll be good throwing things in the back and then running up front, just using touch spells just to annihilate foes. Now, if it's on certain surface like poison or, I should say, oil, just like my guy... Yeah, she'll cast that flare spell. You'll see that in a bit. So, once again, I did was Man-at-Arms, Scoundrel, Water, Fire, and Air. Next level I'll do is Earth and Witchcraft. And I believe that's it. And now what I'm going to do next is go ahead after I'm done with all this, make sure everything is all right. It's the talents. So, there's 2 talents I am going after. Talent number 1 is Slingshot. 5 more meters I get to toss. And then the other one was Pinpoint. I never miss a grenade throw. Great way to start out. Yes, grenades are very powerful in Divinity Original Sin 1 Enhanced Edition. And it was also new at the time. I'm taking full advantage of it. It's great starting out. Middle of the road, starts to wear. End game, don't even bother. So what I'm going to do is 7 intelligence, 6 strength, and 6 dexterity. I'm focusing on intelligence first and then try to get strength and dexterity up there. So once I max those out, that's it basically. So eventually down the line, those 3 stats will be 10 to 11. And that will be very powerful for her. So I'm going to do next. Besides having a nice thrower with dexterity, powerful person with heavy stuff, and intelligence also do more damage, is go over the spells. Now I am going to go ahead and pick 2 of fire. Since I'm going to be using that to take advantage, which is Burning Touch. So I get close to certain foes, especially if they're oiled up. Boom. Extra damage. Flare. I get to toss that from afar too. In case I can't use grenades really. Last but not least, I am go ahead and do Regeneration. That's like a healing spell. You cast it on yourself, or I should say your partner. That's it. And let me go ahead and do my Knight. I forgot about the Knight's talent. And the Knight's talents I am doing is Bully and Pet Pal. Bully, I'll get to do some more extra damage when I'm using slow abilities and stuff, which is those that are melee. And Pet Pal, you should obviously have your Source Hunter with it. Reason being is you get some extra quests, some extra information, which is always good. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I lock my choices in. After I definitely lock the choices in, also double check, make sure I did everything right. I'm going to go ahead, start the game, do the cutscene, and always save. Just in case something goes wrong very early on, which I highly doubt, but still. Save your game often, save your game early. And I believe that's my final choice. As for classes, that's just there for if you want to be lazy on the, set their builds. Me, I rather customize them myself. And here we go. I'll see you all after the cutscene.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlong and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The cam wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off on the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
Thanks to orcs and their ship, we start out on the beach, so definitely go ahead and grab everything.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage?
Now, you definitely want to loot the journal. Reason being is you want to read it. This will set up your first talent choices between Pragmatic versus Romantic. So I'm going to go ahead and start that now.
Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues of all things.
Well, great deeds require the occasional leap of faith. I myself might have done the same.
True enough. History is made by those willing to risk it all.
Let me go ahead and explain about Romantic versus Pragmatic. So Pragmatic, what happens is if you pick that choice, then your crafting goes up by 1. If you pick Romantic, then your lucky charm, which means you find better items in certain treasure chests, boxes, etc., will go up. I decided to do Romantic. Reason being is eventually I will hunt for more stuff. As for Pragmatic, I'm about to turn one of the 4 characters you find along the way into a mule. That's right, that character will be my crafting mule. I'll explain better in the future. For now, we're going to go ahead and look for some serious loot. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to try to find some. Hopefully, Lucky Charm kicks in. Now, up ahead is the stairs. You do not want to start battle yet until you actually clear most of the beach out. Pick up shells. Even though there are a few pieces of gold, you may never know. So, for example, you pick up a whole bunch of shells, and then you have 501 gold because you found the items, etc. too. And the sword cost is about 500. Yeah, in other words, you have some little bit of gold left over. You need to pick up the shells and stuff like that. You're missing out on some early gold early on. So yeah, I'm definitely collecting them. Also, I'll eventually will experiment with certain items too. I think shells, if you combine them with something, you get to create something that's very nice too. Now, I think if there's a pre-order item or one of those special items you got from one of the gaming services like Steam, PlayStation Store, or the Xbox Store, well, that's there. So let me go ahead and grab that. And by the way, Scarlet will be my grenade thrower. Yeah, she's going to be throwing bombs like crazy. In fact, When I find bottles in the future, she's going to have them all. Yeah, I'll show you more on that. Yeah, I think I'm going to give her the trunks or wherever they are. There's some nice stats anyways. My other guy, for instance, is going to be carrying more of the heavier stuff since he has a little bit more strength. So let me move that. Yes, you get to move stuff in this game. Now, if you play the second one, yeah, you're going to be fitting right in well with this one. And this is the pre-order item where they're at, or something. This item's alright, but it could blind you or something like that. Yeah, you're going to see why I decided to not do it. There's some nice dyes too. Oh yeah, you get to dye certain armor and clothing too, which is very good. Oh wow, painting of landscape. That's already 200 pieces of gold there. And let me make sure I put my books there. I'm going to just go ahead and do some organization real quick. And of course explain what's going on way up ahead. The fight up ahead could actually skip. So let me explain. So if you hit the, I think it was the S button or the C button on the PC. Now on the console versions, I can't remember the stealth button, but either way, if you go into stealth, both of you are source hunters. Then of course, if you're away from the line of sight when the foes get out of the tutorial dungeon, you'll be able to skip the battle. Yeah, that's right. You can actually skip it. Yeah, see, that's why I'm going to go ahead and remove that. So anyways, if you want to skip it, go into stealth. Just make sure they pass you, and that's it. On normal mode, it's not that bad. On tactician / armor mode, especially armor mode, skip the battle. And the fight on normal mode, if I remember right, consists of 2 melee skeletons and 1 range. It's not really bad if you know what you're doing. Definitely go ahead and use the oil then fire combination to help you out greatly, or use what you could use the best. So I definitely made it save. On tactician mode, I think there's a necromancer, makes things a little bit more harder. I tried it out one time. It was not pretty. So I am going to go ahead and start the battle on normal mode once I actually trigger it and get seen. So here's the combat. I will definitely return when this is all over with.
Source hunters, how did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead. Seize upon our enemies.
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
We can't well turn away from such an odious show of source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal.
Indeed. For all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Councillor Jake's murder.
Let's go over obedient versus independent. And I'm going to go ahead and explain that now. So, obedient, that means you will get 1+ willpower as long as the leader has it. So, my character has leadership. It's pretty good. However, sometimes I have to split up. When that happens, yeah, you lose that. Unless you're the leader, of course. So I decided to do independent. That means whoever's independent, those characters will get +1 in willpower. I consider that very good to me. So that's about it between the two. Let's go ahead and do one more thing. Now, y'all saw maybe the giant clamshell or something like that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk to it. Now, it's telling you should access the tutorial dungeon. That's optional. That will be for the next video. Now, coming up, this talking shell, well, it will give you another choice, Altruistic and Egotistical. I'll go ahead and go over those afterwards, but for now, let me collect that. And yes, I discovered a waypoint. That means I can teleport back here anytime I want to. I'll go ahead and loot that in the next video too. So as soon as we get to our shell friend, we're going to definitely make a choice. You will earn a achievement / trophy if this is your first time speaking to it. So here we go, definitely on this part.
A wanderer comes my way, walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer. Call me Ishmashell, son of the sea, an outcast upon these wretched shores. An exiled shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky, not his native, tender water. Of course I can talk, don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine, for I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur. Time is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when your existence is one of misery, she becomes a lethargic harpy. Oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead merry children. All this I have seen, alive, alone, alas. My fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirty little ears, only to claim they can hear the ocean? Of course they can hear her, the brats! We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for. Yes, yes, I, King of Pearls, ache to repose anew on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the water, swing me as far as your arm's strength gives lease, and treasure long sunk I will grant thee. What do you say, kind knight? Will you return the King of Pearls to the sea, so he may yield you long lost treasure?
Kindness is its own reward, and then there's the promise of treasure to boot. Let's throw him into the sea.
Agreed. Let's send him home.
Liberator, kind benefactor, bless me the might of your sea-bound witch. The sea, I have returned, where every wave feels like a mermaid's kiss. May the bounty of the deep be yours, along with my eternal gratitude.
The first one, the Altruistic one, that one will increase your reputation by 2, helps you out in some areas, which is good. And the other one, well, it increases your bartering by 1. If you want to go more into buy and sell, they're actually both good, but I decided to go ahead and pick the other one. Now the choices with the shell, you saw that I got the ring because I threw them in the sea. Now if I didn't do that, I would have gotten, it was a pearl. Yeah, it was in one of my YouTube subscriber specials. And that's about it. I'm just going to let you all look at that before I actually go towards the optional dungeon and end the video there. I'll admit though, that was a fun choice to make with that shell. I mean, it was really good. The dialogue was really fun too to listen to. And yes, by the way, you can use healing spells outside of combat. Well, yeah, let me go ahead and grab that too. And I'm not grabbing the treasure chest even though one of my characters have good strength. Nah. I'm going to probably use backpacks for that. And I might make some too if I remember. I think this game you could definitely make some backpacks. And yeah, don't go beyond the portal yet until you finish the tutorial dungeon. Yeah, there's some nice extra loot there. I'll show you in the next video. As soon as I definitely arrive, is recap time. Unfortunately, those dead skeletons had absolutely nothing. So once we arrive, and there we go, it is recap time. First thing I did was I created my character. Yep, got them both set up. After the nice cutscene I showed you all, I started out on the beach, made some nice choices, then went into combat on purpose to show you all the battle system. After that, talked to this talking shell, tossed him in the sea, got a nice ring out of it, and I felt good about it. In the next Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition 1 video, we're going into that dungeon behind us. Well, everyone, that's it for my Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough character creation starting out video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestions on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestions on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the barbecue.